Hello, welcome back to our channel. This video is going to be a vlog. It's going to be a vlog of what I'm doing on my Saturday at 5 weeks postpartum, so a little over a month postpartum. Got on the scale today, I was 150. That's great. I'm about 10 pounds from my okay weight, like my maintenance weight for usual. So if I can get there in the next 5 weeks, I'll reach my goal of being back before I turn 30, not 40. Let's not wish that on me. Well, right now it is 5:25. I've been up since a little bit before 5. Had to feed the baby, pump. Gonna go down and do a quick run because I missed my run yesterday. Cats, no. I missed my run yesterday, and I'm gonna run and then go to the Y because it's Saturday. So that's my lifting day in the morning. Usually I'll try to get 1 or 2 other days in a week where I lift, and those will be in the afternoon. But I do like my morning lift sessions, especially on Saturdays because no one is there. So it's very, very, very nice. So let's get into this. Switch my leggings out quick because they were so sweaty. Today I ran 1.8 miles. Typically I do at least a 5K on the treadmill, but I'm running behind. So I need to go and get to the Y before the kids are up for too long. Richie and Robbie were already stirring and Johnny was stirring. So 3 out of 4 already are probably up and just awake in bed with Dada. Best adaptogen coffee ever is this Four Sigmatic. I love it. Been using it for like 5 years. And I add the instant coffee into my coffee. A little bit of extra caffeine, but it tastes so good. This is some of my favorite mushrooms in it, like lion's mane. That's one of the main ones for focus, and ashwagandha's in it. And then there's also the chaga mushroom. That's the other one that's just great for the focus. I mean, it's just called Think Coffee, and it really does get you in that thinking space and get you focused for your day. So if you haven't checked this out, I'm not affiliated or anything, but I would check out Four Sigmatic. I get it on Thrive Market, and it's actually pretty dang cheap. It's like $8 for 12 of these, which is pretty good for anything mushroom related. You probably didn't get to see any of that, but I put a little bit of makeup on because I don't like going to the gym without anything on. At least mascara, put a little blush, little bit of bronzer on. And I'm all sweaty, so like it's probably just gonna sweat right off immediately, but it makes me feel good going to the gym with little makeup on. This is what I come home to. I am back now and I am getting ready because we have our first basketball of the year and Eric is coaching this year. So I'm getting ready to watch the 2 babies while the other 2 are actually on the same team, which is so cute. I love that James and Richard are so close together. They actually can play sports together. We'll do the same thing with baseball too. So it should be really fun. I'm very excited. And then we have a full day of Eric needs to do a lot of work, so I'll be hanging out with the kids. Does this outfit look enough like a coach? I think it does. All I gotta do is put on my vest and it'll be perfect.
Hey, look! I do got indeed. Go me
Don't press my reading light.
Fun guys, roll up! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Run, Richie! Run to the other end! Run, run, run! Run to the other end! Oh lordy lord, it is the next day and hasn't been a day. It has been 24 hours. So yesterday I planned on vlogging the entire day as usual, but sorry, in typical life form, I got sick overnight. I knew the kids had been sick, especially Richard had been sick, so I knew I was gonna get sick. The baby's getting a little bit sick. He doesn't seem that bad, but the real thing that happened yesterday is life and just parenting and toddler emotions and behavior. We have a 5-year-old who's freshly 5, an almost 4-year-old, and an almost 2-year-old. So we have lots of emotions. Right now they're playing and they cannot seem to not fight when they're playing. So I might have to pause this even for that. But yesterday was a tough day, just not listening, no radar, no focus, and I didn't want the video to turn into this, but it seems like it's going to. Managing kids and like your own emotions while trying to manage kids' emotions. It is so difficult, guys. think that I'm a good mom most of the time. In fact, Eric and I have some I am statements. We both read Atomic Habits, and it's all about making yourself the person you want to be. So like say, I am healthy, I am an athlete, or whatever you want. So I am a good parent is one of them. I added on to mine, I am patient, because I am not, and I really need to work on being patient. So I am now patient. I am patient. And yesterday I tried to give a lot of grace and patience, but it didn't work. And there was some yelling, there was some timeouts, there was some screaming. Never a fun day as a parent. And I can admit it. I'm big enough to admit I do lose my anger with my kids. I am not a gentle parent in the form of like the jokes that you see online. I could never be that. I have anger that builds up, and I have to really control myself. So yesterday was hard. Today's been a lot better. We went to church. The kids behaved a lot better. But just so much for a better day today. I just broke up a fight, but it's nothing big. It's a typical fight they have, not as bad as yesterday where everything was a fight. Everything was an issue. But we went to church. The kids behaved very well, and it was even a longer church service than normal, so that was good. We also just had a much better morning. One thing we identified is just cutting out TV time. It's winter, so they've been watching the TV a lot more. In the summer, they go and they won't even watch TV for hours. In the winter, sometimes we have like TV days. It's been -20 with the wind chill for a couple days, so kids probably watch TV for like 3 hours. And that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of time just during the day. And then they usually get about a half an hour, 45 minutes before bedtime. So that one I'm keeping in there. If they want to watch one thing throughout the day, they can, but we're going to basically have 2 TV times a day, and it's going to be short little 1 episodes of whatever. We already cut it down to like calmer shows or what they watch, but we just need to make sure that we continue that, because I think TV is one of the biggest things that causes the big emotions, the issues, and I've heard that before from other parents that is a problem. So we just got to be very in tune with that and make sure that we're following what we say we're going to do. And then me and Eric have been trying to not be on our phones as much around the kids. I'm usually pretty good at it for the last couple of years, because once I'm done with work, I don't really like to be on my phone until like late at night, like 9 o'clock. The kids are already asleep. So Eric's been intentionally working on it with himself, trying to stop. And I usually just don't have my phone around me. It's the easiest way to make sure I'm not on my phone. Yeah, but that is where we're at today. Doing some cleaning, gotta do some dishes. The baby's crying, but that's where we're at for the day. We are a few days later now, and I'm filming on my phone because I'm too lazy to go find my camera. But we all got sick at our house. If you can't tell, I don't have a voice right now. And it was quite the fun weekend with us all really sick. I think that's one reason the kids were so not great on Saturdays. They weren't feeling well. And then Eric and I really got hit hard. Right now I'm next to little Johnny, and he is definitely a little touch of sickness. I don't think he's that sick, but a little bit sick. But I wanted to make sure I closed this vlog, but I wanted to end with one thing that we started doing that is kind of like, I never thought I was going to do this, but you never know. Every year is different. You change every year. Eric has gotten super into non-toxic everything, leaking plastics and stuff that I knew about for like a decade. He's now like really getting into. It's not like he didn't know about it, because I would tell him about it, but he's really like honing in on it with our health journey. So we are going all out. We got rid of all our old pots and pans. We're doing cast iron and stainless steel everything. We're doing glass everything. We started washing our fruits with vinegar and baking soda. You probably saw that all online. I've been doing like adaptogen coffees and stuff for years, but Eric's got him more into like the adaptogens. Really last year he started doing that, but even more so this year. And then we are doing AG1. That's another thing that we started doing, and I actually really like that. It makes me feel really good. And just eating only non-processed foods. With the kids, starting back in like September, we started doing as little sugar as possible, just because we notice it is different. They are different when they have a lot of sugar, and it's been really nice. So yeah, I guess we're becoming crunchy. Not really. I'm never going to go full out crunchy, but we have joked about homesteading, which is so funny because I love living in my creature comforts. I like to live in a property that's like you're in the country, because we have a half acre, but we're literally 5 minutes from probably actually 3 minutes from our grocery store. So I could walk to our grocery store. It's about a half mile away. So it is so close to us. And it is like, just so funny that I've come to the point where I'm like, hey, I could actually probably go live in a homestead and be fine. That would be great. So yeah, I guess life changes as you have kids. As you become older, you do have a change in what you want. And that is one thing that I never thought I'd wanted, is to like homestead and like be a homeschooler. That's the other thing. James is going to be in kindergarten next year. I did our school registration. That stressed me out so bad. Sorry, my camera's been leaning. You've probably been like, man, she's turning. You're actually stuck on my laptop right now because I was doing work while I was like, I better finish this video. So homeschooling though, that was one thing we've been considering. We registered James and Richard for 4-year-old preschool for Richard and then kindergarten for James. And I was like, man, James is going to be gone all day. Like, I don't want that. So if we can get our stuff together and really make our businesses be a little more automatic, where we don't have to be in it as much, we may consider homeschooling the kids. If it's not next year, maybe in a year or two when we're a little more established. But I would love it. I would definitely love to homeschool the kids. And I think we're good at it. Like, I already do a little bit of homeschool with the kids. You've seen in my vlogs in the past. I like doing things with the children that are actually educational, like teaching them. And I like doing hands-on activities with them, which is a lot of homeschool stuff, especially at this age. I just get a little worried because I don't want them to fall behind on something that I maybe don't focus on as much. So we'll see. I do think I'm never like a opponent to school. I think there's good things with homeschool, good things with going to school. So we'll see. But thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.